That's the mark of the beast. Hey, but that's a spirit though. That was spiritual confirmation right there. That's the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like she doing it in a joking manner, but you know that's the type of times we in. Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, Bashim Al-Kakadash. Barakadah to you, brother. Shalom to the brother Shahab Yahweh. Where you at, bro? Where you at, brother, man? Shalom, bro. Shalom. You ready out?
Yeah, it's always green.
All right. Before we get started, as always, we want to give all praises to our powers. Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bashim, Kakadash, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahweh Shai, Brakatah Yahweh, and Brakatah Yahweh Shai. Hey, call him Lo Yalah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rucha HaKwadash. Hey, give a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth that are constantly well through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Hey, peace, mercy, and blessings to the beloved Akim that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right, but constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even shalom to the few sisters, the Akwabs that are out there, and even shalom to the Israelite foreigners. Those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line going back to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Hey, Tawadi Yahweh Bashim Abashad, for allowing us to come back out here for another week to prophesy the downfall of the sinful kingdom known as Babylon the Great, aka America. All right, which this place is getting ready to be destroyed, be it a way of what, World War III. These other nations will shoot ICBMs, all right, intercontinental ballistic missiles upon this place, all right, and before that time comes, all right, there's going to come a time of what, Jacob's trouble, all right, where all hell is going to break loose out here in these streets, okay. All right, to the point where we're going to need a refuge, all right? And this is why the elect are now getting themselves prepared, all right, for that coming and trying times, all right? So that way the Lord can secure us, all right, during them evil days, all right? Because them times are coming. Them times are fastly approaching upon us all, especially the time of the mark of the beast, man, all right? The MOTB, okay? All right, so now more than ever, man, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, truly God chosen people according to the Bible, man. It's time for you to repent, man. It's time for you to truly acknowledge your offenses. It's time for you to truly acknowledge the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh. All right, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, man. All right, before it's too late, man. All right, just like what we're doing, man. All right, the Lord has set up the prophets to be at the forefront. All right, when you look up the word avant-garde, it means to be at the forefront, man. All right, to be the example unto those that are lacking in faith, man. Okay. Matter of fact, let's go to 2 Peter 1 and 10. Okay, because we're in a time to give all diligence, man, to make your calling and election sure. All right, in the eyesight of Yahweh Bashim Avishai, man. You gotta prove yourself to the Lord if you want to be taken care of during these trying times that are upon us all, man. Go ahead, brother.
2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fail.
Read it again, brother.
2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall.
Right, you see, you shall never fail. All right. Wherefore, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. All right. So every capable bodied man, all right, that's an Israelite man, should be, giving diligence. All right, making your calling and election sure. That means that you gotta do what the Lord commands you to do. All right, you gotta come out to the highways. Okay, you gotta put your life on the line. The scriptures say, can you grab that as well, that the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. All right, there's a lot of work to be done. You know what I'm saying? All right, and a part of you putting your hand to that plow, putting your hand to that work, all right, is that now you're starting to gain spiritual revenue. Okay, you're starting to work for the Lord, which comes with a recompense or reward. All right, the reward is safety. The reward is salvation. Okay, that's what we all fighting for. Is to be saved. All right, from the trying times that we are coming into. All right, because we can see it. All right, America's done. People are losing their minds. You know what I'm saying? Society is constantly getting worse and worse, you know? All right, to the point where, hey, everything, all hell is going to break loose out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So what side of the spectrum do you want to be on when shit goes down, okay? Because they're showing that they're getting ready to collapse the society, all right? They're showing you that they're getting ready to mandate a new system that you have to check into. You know what I'm saying? You got to get with, all right? And we know through the Spirit, once they do that, we're going to have to be built up to the point to deny it, man. You know what I'm saying? And it starts now, man. All right, you putting your hands to the plow, going through the trials and tribulations, man. All right, to be what? Built up for that time of temptation, man. All right, because it's coming upon us all. Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 9:37. It's Yahweh speaking. Then said he unto his disciples, the harvest truly is plentiful, but the labor are few.
Yeah, there's a lot of work, okay? You know, the Lord doesn't require for you just to be sitting at home at your convenience on your phone or on the computer just watching videos, you know? The Lord requires you to come out to the highways and hedges and put your life on the line to show whether you believe or not, okay? This is a part of it, man. You know? You got to be able to stand up for what you believe in. And this is how you show it, okay? The scriptures say faith without works are dead, you know? How do you apply your works, all right? You give diligence, you know, all right? You get yourself out here on the highways and hedges, okay? You learn how to teach or get built up to teach, man, you know, all right? But it starts with what? You got to have a willing mindset, man, all right? And ultimately, the Lord got to be dealing with you. Read it one more time.
Matthew 9:37. Yahweh speaking. Then said he unto his disciples,
Come, brother, come.
the harvest truly is plentiful, but the laborers are few.
See, the work is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Okay, all right. Just like the Lord gave that parable of the talents. When you can, brother, grab that as well. The Lord said, "What? Occupy until I come." Matter of fact, before you grab that in Luke, go to Sirach, chapter 39 and 1. Sirach chapter 39 verse 1. The Lord said, "What? Occupy till I come." All right. When you actually look into the word of occupy, it actually goes into what? Conducting a business. All right. This should be your first priority. This should be the business that you want to attain to. This should be the business you want to grow in. All right. Where you want large margins to take place. All right. You know, because we are storing up a spiritual bank account in the heavens. Okay. You know, just like you got at your job, they say you can access putting money into your 401k. You might not be able to touch it right then and there, but later on, you'll be able to access the money that you have stored up and accumulated over time to where you can have a hefty amount to sit back and be cool on, you know? All right? So through the Spirit, you should be storing up that money so that way when it matters the most to take out, to cash it out, you like, damn, all right, I'm glad I put that work in, you know? While the rest of the world is still living, so-called living their life, you know, chasing a false dream, you know what I'm saying? Or just doing whatever the hell they doing out here, man. You know? Pretty soon, they're going to be in what you call a pitiful case, you know? A state of mind that they're going to beg God, who they think is God, to help them, all right, in their time of chaos and stressful moments, all right, the times of tribulation, you know, all right, where we're not going to have that sense of uncertainty in our mind, you know, we're going to know that, all right, the Lord's going to be with us, in that time, you know, because why? We fought for him. All right, as the scriptures say. Matter of fact, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I want to grab some of these.
Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in the prophecy.
Yep, it said we'll seek out all the ancient, right? You go back into our forefathers. They moved in fear. When they heard about the Lord getting ready to bring a nation down, all right? When they heard of when even Noah heard about the flood getting ready to take place, all right? Hey, our people moved in a sense of fear, okay? So that's how we supposed to be moving. We supposed to be moving in a sense of fear that, hold on, I don't want to get caught up in what the Lord getting ready to bring to this place, okay? Then when the Lord makes promises, you got to trust that these promises are going to be a surety. You know, let me get one precept, brother, and you can read that again. Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. All right. A lot of the ancient men of old have put their lives on the line for the Heavenly Father, man. You know what I'm saying? They put their life on the line for their nation. You know. All right. They were willing to die for what they believed in. All right. That's concerning us as hopeful members of the elect. We're willing to put our lives on the line, even if it's unto death, man. You know, all right. A lot of us brethren are going to be martyrs out here, man. You know, but if you got a fearful spirit, if you got a weak spirit, you're going to fold. All right, when that temptation comes to try you, you know what I'm saying? If you never went through the fire, you never got built up. How do you think that you're going to be able to stand when that pressure is applied to you? You know. You couldn't even take the heat when it wasn't even fully at its peak. You know? All right? So you know that you ain't gonna be able to take it when shit is really popping out here. You know what I'm saying? All right, now is the time to what? Go through your little battles, man. You know what I'm saying? You learn about your weaknesses, you learn about your strengths, you know? All right? You gaining spiritual experiences. Okay? So when the time to apply and use them, you know how to fend for yourself, man. You know? Go ahead, brother.
Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in the prophecy.
Will seek out all the ancients and will be occupied in the prophecies. All right. They're not. Habakkuk say that the prophecies are speaking. All right. You just recently had a man that said he's the first man to come out with what? Neuralink brain implants. That's man merging with machine. You know what I'm saying? Man is merging with machine. We're here. Okay. And if you got one man speaking up on it and happen to be a Jake, how much more are others gonna trend this thing? You know, how much more of others are going to follow suit in this thing, man? You know, where you start seeing things change at a rapid rate. Okay, all right, that's what you're going to start seeing out here. Businesses denying employees if they choose not to take the mark of the beast. All right, stores not allowing you to go in and grocery shop if you don't have the mark of the beast, man. You know, all right. You're going to start seeing these things, okay? All right, that's why you got to stand firm for what you believe in. You got to, these are the proving grounds right here. Let's go to Luke. Oh, I know I wanted you to grab something else, but let's go to Luke first, chapter 3 and 16. Let's go to Luke chapter 3, verse 16, and we'll go to the parable of the talents. We'll go to the parable of the talents. Let's grab that Luke.
Luke 3:16. John answered, saying unto them all, I indeed baptize you with water, but one mightier than I cometh, the latches of those shoes I am not worthy to unloose. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire.
Yep, see? All right, John, which when you go back into the story of John, all right, he was the forerunner, meaning that he was the one before the Lord came, all right, to usher in his coming, all right? So John actually immersed men into water to baptize them. That was a thing in Israel, all right, where men were getting baptized by water. But then when Yahweh Shai came, he was to what? Baptize men with the fire, okay? What does that fire symbolize? That fire symbolizes what? You being refined, okay? You being purged of the dross, the impurities that are on you, all right? Okay? Because see, you gotta be able to withstand, all right, that pressure that is getting ready to come, you know? All right, so you gotta allow the Lord to purify you, because that's what the Lord wants. The Lord wants to take you out of a filthy world, okay? And he has to cleanse you in order for him to receive you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta go through this fire in order for you to be what? Protected and then ultimately saved in the end. All right, rescued in the end. All right. The Lord wants us all to clean ourselves up first. You see what I'm saying? All right. So it comes with what? You trusting on him. You getting more, you submerging yourself into this word. All right. Part of when they was to submerge you into the water, all right, you would have a sense of refreshness. Well, when you submerge yourself into these scriptures, you have more of a sense of refreshness now. All right, a cleansing, okay? Your mind is now being cleansed. You see what I'm saying? All right. So read that one more time, brother. But I want you to also, because it makes mention that, matter of fact, read the next verse after that. I'm sorry, read the next verse after that. Because it's going to mention the garner. I want you to grab that, the word garner out of there.
Luke 3:17.
Uh-huh.
Whose fan is in his hand.
No, read the top verse again and then read down.
Luke 3:16. John answered, saying unto them all, I indeed baptize you with water.
Uh-huh.
But one mightier than I cometh, that the latchet of those shoes I am not worthy to unloose. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire, whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor.
So it said the fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor, right? Yahweh Shai, he's the fanner. Go ahead.
And will gather the wheat into his garner.
Garner, right, which we represent the wheat, okay? The elect, all right? We, Lord willing, all right? We call that number, all right? But the Lord's giving us a chance. So he's the fanner, all right? And he's the one that's what? Gathering the wheat into the garner, making a separation. Okay, go ahead.
But the chaff he will burn with fire unquenchable.
See, but the chaff, that's the undesirable. That's what you get rid of. You burn that, all right? But you keep the wheat for yourself, all right? To you know, the wheat comes with many things you could do with it, you know? All right, but get that word garner, because the garner is represented as a barn, okay? So in the spirit, the Lord is gathering the elect into what? The house, all right? Which the house represents the tabernacles that have fallen, which is the house of David, all right? Being what? Restored in these last days, okay? You got in the blue letter?
Sunago.
What did you say?
To gather, to gather together, to gather, to draw together, collect fishes of a net in which they are caught, to bring together, assemble, collect, to join together.
Let me see, go down a little. You might be in the wrong definition, brother. You're in the wrong definition.
A place in which anything is laid by or up, a storehouse or gardener. I don't know. I guess that's
Granary. Granary. Now read down a little bit into the Strong's definition.
See, barn, gardener.
Yeah, right. Barn, Garner, yeah, barn and garner, all right? Barn and garner, all right? So now go from there to what? Job 39 and I want to say 12. Job 39 and 12, all right? You know, because the Lord said what? He was going to gather the seed, okay, into the barn, all right, which the Lord right now is gathering the elect via what? The words, all right. That's the point of the prophets being out in the streets, all right, so that way we could be a spectacle to the world, so that way what? Israel can see, you know. They gotta in a sense see the men that's before them to be inspired, you know. Israel gotta see certain things to be inspired to do it, you know. So the Lord sends men up before them, all right, like, yeah, we want to like, all right, we gonna be on the battlefield together, we gonna catch hell together, you know, all right, but this is part of what we gotta do in order for what, for the Lord to receive us, okay, all right. Everything that we doing has a purpose behind it, you know, because you got the rest of the world that look at us as if what we doing out here is all for naught, it's all for nothing, all right, but you, Akim, all right, as well as you little bit amount of sisters that truly believe in that, standing firm in this thing, watch how you had that sense of relief for standing firm for your how by Shema Shai, while the rest of the world scoffed and disrespected you for standing on what you believed in. You know what I'm saying? All right? Watch how they're confounded, man. You know? They're the ones that's going to be looking ashamed when the time comes and they like, damn, it comes down to, you know, shit, you might lose things, but then you like, damn, well, I didn't take the chip. And they like, damn, well, I took the chip. You know? All right? The only thing that's going to come out of their mouth is that, damn, he really stuck to what he believed in. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's going to have to know that what? A prophet has been amongst you. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be men that's going to be an example, that's be willing to go through the trials and tribulation to stand firm for what we believe in, to be that example unto the rest of Israel. You know? All right? That's how the Lord is setting it up. All right, men that's bold like lions. Go ahead, bro.
Job 39:12.
Uh-huh.
With thy believe him that he will bring home thy seed.
I'm sorry, start 2 more verses up. Just let's grab all that. Start 2 more verses up. Bible Kashar.
Job 39:10.
Uh-huh.
Canst thou blind the unicorn?
Can't bind.
Canst
thou bind
the unicorn with his band in the funeral?
Right, a unicorn. You mean to tell me, there's unicorns? There's horses with one horn? Nah, that's a rhino. Rhinos don't got just one horn. Rhinos be having 2 horns. You know what I'm saying? All right, nah, it's not talking about no mystical creature. Okay, it's talking about these Edomites setting up the satellites. Okay, because when you look at the satellites have a unihorn, one horn. You know what I'm saying? All right, which they receive signals and then they shoot back signals down. Okay, the satellites play a big part of information being traveled at the matter of seconds. All right, that's why you get instant, you know what I'm saying, videos and things of that nature, instant messages, you know what I'm saying, phone calling, because you got the satellites up in the heavens, you know. All right, so we know that the World Wide Web is a major piece of the words traveling in order for what? Israel to be what? Gathered. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Job 39:10. Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in a funeral, or will he harrow the valley after thee? Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great, or wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Will thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed?
Yep, will thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed? The answer is yes. Okay? Because that's how majority of us Akim have found out about the truth. Okay? We've stumbled across a video of the brethren teaching. You know what I'm saying? All right, and we were inspired to what? Teach. All right, learn. It starts with learning first. You know, humbling yourself to learn. All right, that's your Hawashai, what? Opening up your mind. But what comes with learning? What comes with serving the Lord? You know, because this ain't no, okay, I submit my life to God and then everything's all good. What comes with serving the Lord is hell. All right, this ain't no Christian church vibration over here. You know what I'm saying? When you truly come down and serving Yahweh by Shem Shai, you gotta expect to lose everything in the world, but at what? A purpose. You know what I'm saying? And the purpose is for you to be what? Hardened and built up. You know? All right? You gotta be built up and hardened in order for what? You not to fold in your mind. You know? Cause see, when everybody gets cut off, they're gonna go black, as if there's no access to hope. But when we get cut off, we're gonna see the light. You know, we're gonna rejoice. Hey, it's the time, brother. You know, if I ever get a phone call through, they don't shut it all down. Hey, brother, we here. Huh? You know, you're gonna be excited. Hell yeah, pumped up, man. This is it. You know, all right. Shit, some jakes might get petty, call your baby mama. I told you, bitch.
Yeah, you're gonna do it to like certain people you know. Hell yeah.
You know
Told you it was real.
Told your ass.
Hell yeah.
You know, you better not go get that chip now.
Cop picking ass. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, you never know how Jake gonna react in that time. Just so excited, you so zealous, you know. All right, and they gonna be like, damn, you know. I thought this dude was bugged out the whole time, and the whole time you was right. You know what I'm saying?
He was right. They was bugged out.
They was the one bugged out. You know, it wasn't you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
No.
The water, bro. The water, brother.
Job 39:12. Will thy believe of him that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn?
Uh-huh.
Givest thy the
That was the point. Gathered into thy barn. All right, the seed. All right, which when you look up the Hebrew word for seed, it goes into what? Yazarai Allah. All right, which is translated into seed of the Most High. All right, seed of the Most High. Okay, that's why the scriptures always speak about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, because out of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob comes that royal seed line. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, Shalom, Mike. Shalom, brother. Hey, throw precepts up there, brother. Throw precepts up. Shalom, bro. Support the chat. You know, you can edify the brothers on the comment board as well. All right, let me grab this one and see what the brother got. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and 18. This is from the brother Shahar Yahawada and 8. Shalom to the brother Isaac Yallah, my brother. Shalom. It says, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrows. That's right. You know what I'm saying? All right, because see, what comes with this heavy knowledge, man, comes with what? Great responsibility, man. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to actually apply these things to your life. You know? All right, you got to apply the scriptures. You got to deny yourself. You know what I'm saying? All right, hey, what you see out here, what you're witnessing, all right, because we're going to be a testimony. You know? We're testifying against all the wickedness. Like I seen in a video where there's now, you're having a thing where you got feminine men that are now dating masculine women. So this nigga got eyelashes on, he does his makeup in the mirror, but he's a feminine man and he's in love with a masculine woman, and they're somehow compatible with each other. That shit is bugged out. That shit is backwards. All right? The scriptures tell you that, and the scriptures tell you that that the daughters of Zion should not be whores, all right, and the men of Zion should not be sodomites. That's sodomite behavior. You know what I'm saying? All right, that's sodomite behavior. Same thing. I see another one. You know, because this thing is like trending. You know what I'm saying? This dude is a very feminine man with a masculine a black woman. He's a black man with a black woman, and she loves him because this nigga just understands her emotions. Other heterosexual men don't understand her emotions. We're not here to be your emotional counselors. You know what I'm saying? Or be emotionally tailored to how you feel as you being a woman. That's out of order. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of you women, which a lot of you women love to be out of order. All right? The order goes, you got somebody here? Grab the order from me, Baba Gashar. The head of a man is Yahweh Shai. You know, the head of a woman is a man. All right, and the head of Yahweh Shai is Yahweh. All right, there's an order. we supposed to be your lords, all right? So when it comes down to men being your lords, you just supposed to obey and follow. That's it, you know. All right, but due to the society, this is the type of bugged out shit that is promoted here. You know, who runs the world? Girls, all right. And that's like, see, a woman dominating a man like that, she gonna mess around and start pegging your ass. You know, that's where all that freaky shit come from. When you start giving women the power and things of that nature, y'all start having them type of conversations. You know, she wanna dominate you. Okay, take away your manhood. You know, and when you get your manhood taken away, you're not the same man. You know what I'm saying? These type of individuals that get their manhood taken away, they always actually aggressive. They got always something to prove. You know what I'm saying? They unstable. You know, and you can't trust nobody like that, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, because reality is that when you do perverse things like that and you defile yourself on that level, you mentally are scarred for the rest of your life. You still gotta live in your body. And you gotta think them thoughts for the rest of the time on earth, man. You know? That's why the Lord got laws that we supposed to follow, that we can't follow, to keep us away from these perverse acts. Go ahead, brother.
1 Corinthians 11:3. But King James, my bad. King James, 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushua is Yahweh.
Yup, there it is. All right, there it is. That's a simple order. You see what I'm saying? All right, and that's just straight to the point. It don't get no deeper than that. It's just like that. All right, straight up.
It's just like that. No other order.
Yeah, no other order. You know what I'm saying? All right, and that's how it's getting ready to come. But you got many other things, you know? It's so bad out here that now you can't even tell if you're looking at a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying?
But the order is, like you said, the order is different. It's like the man is under the woman.
Yeah, it's...
That's what you're saying right now.
Yeah, it's backwards.
Talking about with you got a butch controlling the dude. That shit sounds bro.
Yeah, but they look feminine though. They're not even butchy type of woman, which that's off anyways. But they're feminine women. They look like a regular woman, but in a sense, their title is that they're that masculine woman. You know, that shit doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on in this world. A lot of some of the women ain't like I'm gonna say it right. They like nice guys. That's what it is. They like nice guys.
What he say? He said nice guys finish last and stay broke. You know what I'm saying?
Classic.
You know?
And he didn't even lie.
Nah, you know. Alright. But where was we at? Oh yeah, that was it, brother. That was it. So where we was at, we could go back to matter of fact, I was gonna grab a precept backing up that Job 39. Let me grab this real fast and we'll go back to Luke. We'll go back to Luke. This is Baruch 4 and Baruch 4 and 35. It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee towards the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh by Shema Shai. So how are the Akim coming from the east and to the west? All right, that we're being gathered by the words. You know what I'm saying? All right, gathered by the words of Yahweh by Shema Shai, because these words are stirring up what was lying dormant inside of us. You know what I'm saying? We were spiritual sleeper cells. You know, all right, and since the Lord woke you up, now you got to deal with what comes with being in His truth. All right, the reality of being in His truth. Let's go from there to Matthew 7 and 13. Matthew 7 and 13. You know, all right, because what comes with being in His truth is that you got to go through the straight gate. You know, Choose a side that you want to be in. You want to follow the multitude? You know, the scriptures say follow not a large multitude to do evil. Well, the rest of the world is going to exemplify an evil work to Yahweh by Shema Shai. All right? That's the type of time they own. They going to directly deny what the Most High said, do not take. All right? Which is that chip. All right? Well, the small few, which is on the other side, because you know you got the sign. Serve God and, you know, like pretty much serve the world. Well, you're going to have the elect that's going to be on the lonely road following that one sign that says, this is the way to serve God, you know? All right? And there's not going to be many people on that road. You know what I'm saying? That's why this thing is of a solitary. It's a soldier mindset you got to come in. That's why this thing is not for children. You can't have your children on the battlefield, you know? They're not mentally ready or prepared for what they got to be up against. You know what I'm saying? That's why this thing is for men. Here I call ye men unto this truth. That's going to gird up their loins like a man, all right, and pretty much endure whatever the Lord sends you through, all right, to prepare you for the time, man. You know, it's just like Esau's military. Before he send your ass off to war, he puts you through training and boot camp. You know, he gives you hours upon hours of practicing at the gun range, shooting. You know what I'm saying? You just don't go straight directly to war, because as soon as you go to war, you start seeing that first bomb or bullet fly, your ass is going to crack. You know what I'm saying? You're going to pee on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Being in a goddamn corner somewhere, I want to go home, please.
Sitting there stiff, like, man, the kid's like, hey, man, you got to move.
Yeah, move.
Yeah, get your ass up.
You shocked and shit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that stuff I've seen in the movies, man. Dude be talking to his homeboy.
Yeah.
He turned around, homeboy, and caught a grenade or something. He blew up. He's like, what the fuck? I was just talking to him.
Yeah.
Man, that stuff is real life, man.
Yeah, they freeze.
Yep. You in war, man. So that's all it is, man.
Yeah, we at war.
Gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready, man. You gotta be ready.
Like sugar free. If you stay ready, you don't gotta
You
get
ain't
ready.
gotta get to ready, you know? And that's a real quote. Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. You know? That's why you don't complain about the hell that Lord send you through. You know what I'm saying? Alright? Hey, you honestly thank the Lord for it. The Wadi Al by Shema Shai for the Tawab, which is good, and then for the Ride, which is evil. You know what I mean? Because even out of evil, there are lessons in between them. You know what I'm saying? Not every evil that's done to you is a loss. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go to thereat.
Yep, keep going.
Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and a few there be that find it.
Yep, it said many. Read that part again, brother.
Matthew 7:14. Yahweh Shai speaking. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life.
Yeah, it say straight. It say
too, man.
Yeah, you too, bro. You too. It says straight is the way, right? Which is going to lead you to life. All right. Which that word is straight as STRAIT. You know, not straight as in you going in a straight path. You walking straight. Straight as in you walking in a position of difficulty. You know. All right. This truth is not meant to be easy. You know what I'm saying? That's why the scriptures say when thou comest to serve the Lord, prepare your mind for temptation. All right? Prepare your mind for temptation, because now you got to battle against Satan. You know? All right? You got to battle against spirits that you wouldn't think that are there. Okay? But they are there to mess with you, to frustrate you, to agitate you. You know? You got to deal with the loss of jobs. You got to deal with car problems. You know? You got to deal with false brethren. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with hardships when it comes down to serving the Lord, man. All right? Even Yahweh Shai, he wasn't liked of everybody. Okay? Yahweh Shai was actually hated, man. If you call yourself a believer in the Lord, you're going to be hated by the world. The world is not supposed to love you. Okay? This is not a world loving message that we have. You know? Like I always say, there's no easy way to tell you you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get right. All right? Many people is getting ready to die out here. All right? And that's due to Yahweh Ba'Shem Shah is going to bring destruction and damnation upon them. Because a lot of these people out here are not right. You know? A lot of these people are wicked, man. Okay? And they enjoy being wicked. You know? You tell them something about being right and they grill you about you telling them some shit, man. And you right about what you telling them. Alright? That's what you call pride right there. And what does the scripture say? The Most High hates a proud look. He hates pride. Why the hell is earth and ashes proud? Like your shit don't stink, man. You know what I'm saying? Alright? Your life is miserable. Your breath stink. You know what I'm saying? You barely could afford any deodorant. You know? Your stomach is growling because you're hungry. But your ass is proud, man. You know? The Lord is tired of foolish ass pride, man. You know? And that's one reason why America's going to have one of the greatest destruction because of the pride of this place, man. Alright? Let me grab off the comment board real fast, brother. This is James from the brother Shahab Yahweh did the water for the scriptures, bro. James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. You see? All right? Blessed is the man. You know? And we're gonna constantly be tried, man, in our daily walks. Hey, certain tests you fail, certain tests you overcome. Hey, and when you fail certain tests, man, you know, matter of fact, bro, you got something?
Oh, I'm gonna read this.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Wait, where you grab that from? Oh, okay, come.
It's stenos. But it's in a Strong's definition. It said probably from the base, narrow, from obstacles, standing close, about, straight. Where you want to go?
Go to 2nd Ezra 16, and maybe start at like 73 or 76. It's one of those. Bible can show, you know? Because see, when you make a mistake, you go off, you know, that the elect is going to have a godly sorrow, all right? But the scriptures also do say what? Let not your sins weigh you down, you know? All right? You're not supposed to let your conscience condemn you. Because once your conscience start condemning you, you're done. You know what I'm saying?
2nd Ezra 16.
16. And go to 76 first.
Wait.
What does it say? It's a lot. Start at 73. Start at 73. Go ahead, bro.
2nd Ezra 16:73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as a gold.
Yeah, we tired. Hey, we tired too. You know, we tired of this fucking place, man. You know what I'm saying? Overly worked, worn out, like the scriptures say. They shall wear out the saints of the Most High. You know, and you got people that are complaining, getting up on social media that is saying the same thing. How the math ain't mathing. It don't add up. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. You working for 5-10 years, you know, and let's say within the 5-10 years, let's say you did make 300,000. You know what I'm saying? But you don't got nothing to show for it, you know, because you're constantly having to keep spending, and the price of living keeps going up to make you keep spending. Everything goes up. Your premium goes up for your insurance. You need some type of source of entertainment, so your premiums goes up for the sites you use. Your gas goes up. The food prices go up. You know, your rent goes up. So you're not even living. You're just working to survive out here. All right. You can never get ahead, man. That's strategically done to keep you oppressed. That's strategically done to keep you at the bottom, you know, which in a sense, it wears you out, you know, all right? Because you're not supposed to constantly live your life on the hustle and bustle, you know what I mean? That's not how we're supposed to live our life, you know? But that's how the white man set up this infrastructure. For the rich to get richer and the poor to keep getting poor. You know? Alright? And they don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got the flavor of the week. You got Keisha, Shanika, Monique, you know, Jonisha, Nightquail. Now I'm just playing, but you.
Yeah, they got some crazy ass names.
Yeah, you know, they got some crazy ass name, but you know.
No meaning bodies of name put together.
Yeah, you know when it's a Quisha or Isha, that's a black woman off tops.
You already know what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know. But hey, they complaining because they getting cut out their jobs. You know? Alright? So everybody right now is hurting, in a sense of hurting. Like we've been saying for years, the American dream is dead. Alright? And in order for you to be in a dream, your ass gotta be asleep. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord got it to where your ass gotta wake up now. What's my man name off that movie? He was standing in the street. He said, "Wake up!" Who was that? Lawrence Fishburne. I think it was Lawrence Fishburne.
I don't know what movie that is.
I forget what movie it is.
He probably was him. He do stuff like that.
It's a old school type of movie. Brother, no, it's an old school type of movie. Hey, Shalom, GMS Glorious in its apparel. Shalom, Maki. Shalom, you know. But he said, "Wake up!" You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, that's what the Lord is doing right now. He got everybody in a sense of waking your ass up. You know, at a point in time, hey, many people didn't even know about the Israelites, and then now you got thousands of Jakes just coming out of nowhere, just talking shit. Like, where the fuck y'all come from? You know what I'm saying?
We got somebody just gave us some love. It was crazy. I was thinking, like, he know about it?
Yeah,
The little kid.
yeah, he's Shalom.
Yeah, I was like, damn. I'm looking at him like, what the hell? He's like, he's from somewhere else. I don't know where.
Yeah, you know, could have been. He probably was an Asherite, you know, because Asher is happy. You know, he had that Asherite spirit on him. You know what I mean? Which Ashers are cool people. That's the so-called Brazilians. You know. But go ahead, bro.
2nd Ezra 16:73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen,
Yep.
and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire.
Right. So the Lord is trying us through what the fire that He's putting upon us. You know. All right. And that's what Paul was speaking about in the book of Corinthians. He said, "What manner of person are you?" You know, because your works and your faith is going to be tried. Are you going to be gold? Are you going to be silver? Are you going to be a precious stone? Or are you going to be something that's easily burnt up like hay, wood, stubble? You know what I'm saying? All right? You don't want to be those type of easily burnt materials. You know? You want to be a precious material. You know what I'm saying? All right? That's why you got to have a longevity mindset when it comes down to truth. Whatever you go through, you got to say, fuck it. You got to have that fucking mentality. You know what I'm saying? This is just what it is. All right, fuck it. I'm going to serve the Lord. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when things change, hey, Shalom, if you're not built up, how are you going to be able to endure when that temptation comes? You know? When that temptation comes, all right, if you're not built up in your house by Shema Shai, you're going to fold, man. All right? Those that stood stiffly for the Lord, it's like I'm stuttering, Stanley, it's like you. But those that stood stiffly for the Lord, you know what I mean? The people are going to behold it, you know? Oh, that was one of the men that were of the elect. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be individuals that's going to see the elect get beamed up into the ships. You know? Somebody got to witness the deliverance. Somebody got to have a great story to be talked about, you know? All right, so hey, even we need witnesses. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I remember y'all. Something about the Lord put the spirit back on me to remember that y'all was the elect back in Babylon. Yeah, that was us. Do you remember that? You know what I'm saying? That's glorious to talk about. You know, the men that stood so stiffly for Yahweh by Shema Shai, man. That's why we constantly harp on brothers keep fighting, regardless of how hard it is. This is what we signed up for. Go ahead, bro.
2nd Ezra 16:74. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
Behold, the days of trouble are at hand. You know? But behold, read that again, brother.
2 Ezra 16:74. Hear, O ye my beloved,
Beloved.
said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand.
Behold, the days of trouble are at hand. We coming into some troubling times, man. You know what I'm saying? All right? These type of times that we're coming into are going to be deadly serious. You know? All right? You're going to be your landlord or your tenant, your rent, whoever's at the desk at your apartment or whatever, you know, they're going to come to you and say, hey, this is the new platform that we got in order for you to pay. Might come with some type of electronic for you to swipe, you know. They might not have you do no over the internet or drop off some you gotta do a money order, you know. You gotta drop the money order off. They might not have you, it might be just a tablet or some type of device where you gotta come in, whatever's on your account, you gotta boop. Okay, you're good for the next month. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of times we're coming to, and if you don't got the chip, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get that eviction notice. They gonna proceed with the pushing it to the courts. If you try to stay in there, they're gonna try to make it to where you gotta get out the premises. You know, all right. So people are going to experience that. We're going to experience that. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're going to need the Lord to give us what we need. You know, give us a location to where we secure. All right, where we gonna need a roof over our head. All right, food in our stomach. And the Lord said He would be with us during the time of these troubles. You know. All right, that's why the Lord said, "Be still and know that what I am." Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. All you gotta do is just serve me. You know? Cast ye your burdens upon me. I'll take care of that. Those light troubles. Those is light troubles. You know? Alright? Go ahead, brother.
I think them two chicks just walked by. I mean, I ain't gonna say it was mocking and scoffing, but if they was sat here and listen to the word, they would have became smart as a bird, like people say bird brains, and they would have deported from each other because like they was, on that weird, that other stuff, that lifestyle.
Oh yeah, they was lesbians, but I ain't see a woman is insignificant. I ain't paying them no mind. You know what I'm saying?
2 Ezra 16.
Hey, people gotta get burnt. So let them be burnt.
Y'all don't have a lighter, do you?
Go ahead, bro. We ain't got one.
No worries.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, people gotta get burnt. You know, and that was the spirit of Yahweh by Shema Shai. It wasn't that was perfect. That was the spirit of the Lord. You got a lighter for what? To burn some shit. People gotta get burnt. That's the spirit of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got one. I got one, but it's not for you to get high. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to help you get high either. That's it. You know? Hey, things are spiritual. I be peeping it through the spirit. All right, cool. Water, Lord. Go ahead, bro.
2 Ezra 16:74. Hear, O ye
Brother
my
said
beloved.
the school days. Yep, come. Go ahead.
2 Ezra 16:74. Hear, O ye my beloved, said the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
Yep, the Lord said He would deliver us from the same. All right. The word deliverance or saved goes into being rescued. So those are pockets of moments to be rescued. You know? All right? The Lord said, hey, He'll feed us. You know what I'm saying? That's a promise. You know? He said He will cast away the substance of the wicked. He's going to take from everybody else. But He said as far as us, He's going to give us what we need to sustain ourselves. You know? Even for you women that are believers in Yahweh by Shemal Shai, you true sisters. You know? There's sisters out there that got seeds, that got children. And the Lord said your children shall not be what? Cast into hell. All right? That means that even you sisters are going to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Let's grab that real fast before we continue on. As a matter of fact, I'll grab it, brother.
Keep going on.
Keep going. I'll grab it.
2 Ezra 16:75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your God.
Beautiful. You know? It said, be not afraid, neither doubt. For Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is our guide, man. You know? A guide is somebody that's to navigate you. You know what I'm saying? You got people that they know that this is a dangerous area. So I need to navigate you through this area for that way you don't perish. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna guide you on the right path.
They gonna put you on the right path, you know? Cause let you veer off a little bit, your ass is dead. You know?
It's gonna be like that guy that's asking for a lighter. You let him.
You know? But shit, you know, hey, you might, hey, you know, you got people, I'm thinking about some like in the Amazon forest, you got tribes that live in the forest, and they might be some cannibalists. You know what I'm saying? So
They out here.
You got a man that's a guide, he guiding you gotta get to the end of the forest, but you made one left turn and your ass and end up with the cannibals that think that make you feel like they are welcoming people. They gonna welcome your ass into a pot.
I'll get cannibals already right now out here.
You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers can't go to everybody's house.
They gonna welcome
becoming dinner.
Yeah, nah. I mean, well, yeah, you know, they not on a full scale yet, but they definitely there's people out here that do eat people, you know. But it's gonna be on a full scale though. You know what I'm saying? But read that part again, bro.
2nd Ezra 16, 75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your God, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord Yahweh. Let not your sins weight you down.
Yeah, and that's the point I wanted to get to. You know, all right, let not your sins weigh you down, because see, you might go off like I was making mention. But certain L's are lessons, all right? And not every time when you go off, that don't make you a man of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? All right? It's certain things that you got to learn from. It's certain things that you got to get built up on. You know what I'm saying? All right? There's certain things you got to learn about yourself to say no. You know? All right? You got to build up that no in you. You know? Nah, I ain't messing with that. Nah, I'm cool. No, I'm going to withhold myself from going to do that. You know? All right? Which in turn later on you're going to see the benefits of it. No, I ain't taking this fucking chip, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that job. You know? Alright? Your woman, she's stressing your ass out because you gotta feed the children. Hey, don't worry about it. They gonna be good. You know what I mean?
You can shove that job up your rear end, man.
You chill out. You know what I mean? You relax. We good. That's what Yahweh Shema Shai is for. You know?
Guide you at that point.
Alright? I've been serving him. We good. You know, and that's the firmness that you're gonna have, all right? That's the confidence that the Lord is instilling in us right now. You gotta have that instilled confidence. Humbly saying, you know. But let me grab this real fast. This is the 2nd Ezra chapter 2, verse verse 26. It says, "As for the servants whom I have given thee, there shall not one of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number." You see? So you got men that are not going to die in this thing. There's certain men, certain brethren that are not going to taste of death. Okay? Then there's some of us brethren that may get our heads put into a guillotine. That's all for the testimony of Yahweh by Shema Shai. The Lord's going to give us an enduring spirit up until the very end. You know, to be able to endure that situation. But we still at the end of denying this man and this mark, we're going to get what? New bodies. You know? We're still going to get delivered from these bodies of corruption. All right? Able to come back and subdue our enemies. Okay? Let me keep reading. It says, verse 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell. Be joyful, or hell, right? Children shall not see hell, okay? That's the point I wanted to get, right? Thy children shall not see hell. Meaning that even your children are not going to die, man. Because the hell is represented as the ground, you know? All right? That's what the word hell goes into, the ground, you know? Let me keep going. It says, Verse 20, verse 30. Be joyful, O thou mother, with thy children, for I will deliver thee, saith the Lord. All right, so you got elect sistering. You know, you got certain sisters that are out there that are truly serving Yahweh by Shema Shai, being quiet, staying in the background, just listening and learning. You know, they ain't talking, they ain't teaching, they staying right in their lane. That's beautiful, that's perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And as you doing that, Yahweh by Shema Shai is going to have mercy on you. You know what I mean? All right, because there's woman out there that's going to deny the mark. You know? It's women that got to be saved too. How is the elect going to get brought back? You know? The rest of Israel that die on this side, because, man, our people do got to go. You know? All right? I was meditating on this week. I said, God damn, you know, you got our people that are out here just sick. Matter of fact, bro, go to Isaiah 1. Go to Isaiah 1 and maybe start at the top, Isaiah 1, all right? Because our people are sick, man. I was thinking like, damn, our people are still, they're smoking meth, you know what I'm saying? Popping pills, you know? They shooting up heroin and doing all type of crazy shit. Our people are sick. Our people need some type of healing, you know what I mean? And the only way that the Lord decided for 2/3 of our people to get healed is through what? Death, you know? A lot of these souls that we see, they're reserved for the fire, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the Lord wants to cleanse them, you know? And that's a deadly destruction, but it's also mercy. You see what I'm saying? All right, because what's the best way to purify something? Fire, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 1:1, the vision of Isaiah the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Azariah, and Hezekiah, king of Judah. Hear, O heaven, and give ear, O earth, from the Lord.
Baba Kishar, read a little louder, brother.
Isaiah 1:2. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master crib, but Israel don't know. My people not consider.
Yeah, our people do not consider. They don't consider the fear aspect of Yahweh by Shema Shai, because they've been told incorrectly, right? The scriptures speak about how the leaders of our people is going to cause our people to err. All right, err from what? The understanding, all right, of the scriptures. Because see, that whole prosperity is tied to God is just a loving God only. You know. Now, when it comes down to Yahweh by Shema Shai, people live or die. You know, it's the Most High that take people out, man. You know what I'm saying? When you see hurricanes that take people livelihoods away, tornadoes that destroy houses and cars over and buildings split apart, you know, that's Yahweh by Shema Shai. When you see people snap, crackling, and popping because their house been caught on fire because a Christmas tree was overloading the plug in their crib, you know, and the Lord set that tree ablaze first, and then while they were asleep, that's the Lord who did that. You know what I'm saying? That's the fear that you gotta have, man. All right, because the Lord can have your spirit here 1 second and then gone the next. Okay, all right. But our people getting ready to find out what their powers is all about, man. You know, when they start seeing the lack of food out in these streets, man. You know, when the only thing left available, because when you got famine and when you got pestilence, which it's funny because right on time they starting to talk about the pestilence again. They got this new variant that's being pushed at the forefront. You know what I'm talking about. We can't say the word or they'll block the channel. You know, but y'all brothers know. But when you start seeing that, what associates with that is a higher level of the lack of food, where people got to resort to eating animals, man. It happened, I forget the exact years, but you brothers can look it up, in Europe. All right, during the bubonic and pneumonic plague. It was so bad that people had to resort to eating animals in order to survive. You know, these are the type of times that we coming into. People gonna resort to eating all type of animals that they could get their hands on. You know, that's what you call the Lord sending a hell upon you. All right, you know, that's something to fear, man. It's starving to death. You know what I'm saying? That's not an easy way to die because your body pines away. It eats itself out from the inside out, man. You know, it's a slow, agonizing kind of death, man. Okay.
When you're real weak, can't move.
Yep.
And you just sit in one place and just your body feeding on itself.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Man. Go ahead, brother. Yeah. Keep reading down. Keep reading down. There's more on that.
Isaiah 1:4. A sinful nation.
A sinful nation, right? Go ahead.
A people laden with iniquities. A sin of evildoers. Children that are corrupt. They have forsaken the Lord.
Yep.
They have provoked the Holy One of Israel until they are gone away backwards.
Yeah, there it is. See, all right, and that's what Israel is constantly doing. You know, like what Charlie Murphy. He said Rick James, he was a habitual line stepper. You know, y'all brothers know the Chappelle series. Well, fuck your couch, nigga. He said, yeah, Charlie Murphy. You know, Charlie Murphy talking. You know, it's funny. Jake went back to the spiritual realm. Hey, Charlie Murphy, you know that he's an Israelite. You know, hey, Eddie Murphy know that he's an Israelite too. You know, he got a song that he was praising Yah, which Yah is not the name of the Most High. That's short for Yahweh. You know, Yahweh meaning Yah meaning he, and Hawa pretty much going into he exists. You know what I'm saying? All right, Yahweh. All right, he exists. Okay, he's the existing one. He's in all, through all. You know, the creation came from him first and got passed down to his beloved Son, our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, man. You know, and Yahweh Shai gave us the blueprint, man. You know what I'm saying? To create what we see today. Okay, the word sprung forth the creation, which is life, man. You know, bodies. Can you imagine your body? Like, you think about your body can repair itself, you know, and then our bodies is able to recreate life. You know what I'm saying? To where you got a small cell that can turn back into a living, functioning, breathing human.
That's why it's good to fast.
Yeah. Fashion. You want to go into it? Well, give some benefits of fashion, brother. You know, fashion goes into, you know, like autophagy, which goes into restoration of your cells, your brain cognitive functions. You know what I'm saying? Your body can push out the toxins, and fasting on a spiritual sense actually goes into pushing off spirits that's on you. You know, hey, sometimes you gotta fast, especially when you know your spirit is off. You checking yourself, you gotta fast, man. You know what I mean? Get them spirits off you. You know, all right. That's part of affliction. We got a year, one day out the year where, you know, we got the Day of Atonement. You know, you pretty much fast for your sins. You know what I'm saying? Even though that Yahweh Shai died for us, all right, and we're under grace, you know. Hey, the scriptures speak about, like Paul said. He said we even though that we got liberty, we use it not to the occasion of the flesh, Yahweh Shai. All right, we don't use it to the occasion of the flesh. You know. All right, so you don't be like, damn, I sinned, and shit, I'm just gonna fuck it. I'm under grace. I'm just gonna keep sinning. Nah, the Lord will destroy you for that, man. You know. All right, you sin like Yahweh Shai said. Hey, point the finger first. I forget how he said, who is not at fault, you know, and they all left. And then when he told her, he said, go ye and sin no more, you know? All right? Go ye and sin no more, you know? So you got to put off those corruptions. Go ahead, bro.
Fasting, reduce calorie intake, improve insulin sensitivity, promote fat burning, may help prevent obesity, the heart, improve blood pressure and resting heart rate, reduce heart disease risk factors, brain health potential,
Neuroprotective.
yeah, affects cellular, enhance brain function, cellular repair and longevity,
Yep.
triggers
Autoimmune. Oh, autophagy.
autophagy,
Auto. That's what I was speaking about. Yep.
may support immune system and longevity,
Yep. It helps your immune system. You know.
potential benefit of cancer.
Hey, and when you start thinking about, like, matter of fact, because I know the spirit is changing a little bit, all right, but you start thinking about 2020, right? Because 2020 was a time like we ain't never really experienced the whole lockdown, shutdown, Operation Warp Speed, which Trump is calling himself the father of, you know, what they call success, which it was a success. Them pushing that juicy juice, man. You had millions of people that died, millions of people that had compromised immune systems, you know, and that further just destroyed them. Okay, we still got people that are around that took the jump shot, you know. We got parents like, shit, my pops took it, man. You know what I mean? He's still around, you know, but he got whatever inside of him floating around, you know. But a lot of us, we didn't take that. You know what I'm saying? I know I didn't take that shit. I just leaned on faith. You know what I mean? I just said, fuck it. All right? If my job fired me, I got fired. You know, fuck it. Okay? Because in a spiritual sense, we knew that was a prelude to what is going to come. All right? Another lockdown. We know that another lockdown is going to come. You know what I'm saying? Another crisis, another man-made crisis is going to take place. You know what I'm saying? Just like these devils go into. Never let a good crisis go to waste. You know? So a lot of these crises are manufactured. Okay? To usher in their next part of their agendas. You know? So we rely more on the spirit. Alright? So hey, a part of fasting, it helps. A part of exercising, working out, you gotta keep your immune system strong. Whatever Esau is spraying in the air, you gotta help yourself. You know? That's how you help yourself, you know? You don't just, well, I got the Lord with me, so I'm be good, but your ass every day just eating burgers, french fries, greasy, McDonald's, greasy food and shit, you know what I mean? Your ass just constantly cooking up fried chicken, you know? You got the Sweet Baby Ray's, just ready to glaze that thing, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, you eat better. It's bullshit that you gotta eat, but you still eat better than bullshit, you know? Shit, I go eat me some GMO grapes that I want to snack on some. I can't find no regular grapes like that, you know? So I'm gonna eat the shit. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, what's that? You should can you grab that? You should eat the foul food and not die. I think Paul spoke of that, you know? Paul, hey, you know, that was the spirit on Paul to say that, man. Alright, even Ezekiel said it. You know, we should eat our food defiled amongst the Gentiles. You know, and knowing this, it makes us want to get out of here even more. The fact that, damn, you know, I can't enjoy what is here for me to enjoy. You know, fresh water. You know what I'm saying? Actual real fruit. You know, because when you get you some real fruit, it's like a taste. It's like an eye opener type of taste. You know, like Jonathan when he had that honey. You know. He ate that honey, and that honey enlightened his eyes, enlightened his mind. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first time I had some blood oranges, like fresh out the tree, ripe as hell. I'm talking about just every bite was juicy, flavorful, man. You know? All right. We gonna have the enjoyment of the kingdom of, you know, enjoying real fruit. You know, real untainted meat. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whether I will drive them.
Yep.
Okay.
That's one. That's one right there. I know there's another one with Paul. Maybe I quoted it wrong, but you know, if a brother know, you can type it on the comment board. Yep. Let me grab what the brother got on here. I know the brother put up a couple of comments. This is Matthew 16:28. Verily I say unto you, there be some standing here which shall not taste of death till they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Yup, you see? All right, and you got men that have died in this truth. You know, which we believe that they were men of the elect. Okay? That looking down, putting up prayers for us, you know, and they're going to be the first to come back with Yahweh Shai and the heavenly host, the angels, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, and we praying to meet them brethren in the air, you know, to be saved from the ICBMs that are going to destroy this place, man. You know, all right, ICBMs are going to destroy Babylon the Great with a great destruction, you know, a great destruction. And like I said, majority of people that get that chip, John the Revelator saw it. He saw the angels. He saw the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay, he saw them out there in the firmament, looking down upon Babylon. Okay, as if it was a lake of fire. You know, not like what Genesis was teaching about the Basra over in the land of I want to say Israel, if I'm not mistaken. You know, forgive me if I'm wrong. But the Basra that it's talking about that's going to be destroyed is America, man. You know, because America is the capital of Edom. All right, America is the capital of these Edomites. America is the spearhead of the world, man. America is where the fornication and the pollution and the wickedness is coming out that's affecting the whole world, man. You know, all right. Now you got gooks, anime gooks that like producing anime art, you know, and you know what they're doing? They're making homosexual shows where you got to be 18 plus to look at male enjoying male characters, man. All right, that's wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? Now you got gooks that are doing that shit where they making videos, you know, for you to watch. All right, and it's a homosexual goddamn anime, you know. That's what Revelation 17 is going into. How that abomination is being pushed into the earth because it's coming from that well-favored harlot, man. You know, which is America, man. You know. All right, that's why we say this place gotta go in order for what all the wickedness to stop. You know, these Edomites gotta go down for all this shit to stop. But go ahead, brother. What was that? We was in Isaiah. Let's go back. Let me see what this brother got too. He put Luke 9:24 from Micah Olive. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. The Most High Yahweh lead me to that word regarding that jab. Yup. Hey, that's the spirit. You know, Baba Kushal, next time, can you put if it's the KJV or what translation it is, Baba Kushal, you know? But that's the spirit, though, all right? Because you got to have that mindset to lose your life here. You know what I'm saying? Not save your life, all right? And you got to have that mindset to lose your life for the Lord, period. You know? That's part of you making that sacrifice, you know? That's what we're going to go back into. You know, we kind of veered off, but that's how the spirit works. Spirit is like the wind, you know, but we're going to go back into that fire, you know. All right, that's what comes with serving the Lord, is that hell you got to catch, you know. Shit, fuck it, I gotta be ridiculed by the world, you know. I got to be seen as the black sheep, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? That's normal in this truth, for the world not to accept you, you know. All right. It ain't you that's weird. It's them that's weird. Motherfuckers start glitching when they around you and shit. They start treating you fucked up like you the one that's the problem. No, it's them that's the problem. You know? It's because deep down inside, their spirit ain't right. So their spirit is agitated about a pure spirit. See, that pureness You can't look into that pureness. You know? Hey man, hey, when something's pure, it'll burn you. You know what I'm saying? It'll burn you. You know? Hey, even Moses, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. You know, since we talk about fasting, he fasted for 40 days, 40 nights. And then when he went to go up into the chariot at Mount Sinai to talk to the Most High, he still couldn't look at the Most High face to face. You know? Alright, he still couldn't look at the Most High face to face. He had to go backwards and then just kind of observe and listen. You know? And when he came down, he had a veil over his face. He was shining. You know? That he had so much knowledge and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? He had a veil on his face. That's heavy right there. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 1:5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart is faint.
Yeah, the whole head is sick and the whole heart is faint. Our people are sick out here, you know. We got cousins, aunties, mothers, brothers, fathers, you know. Our people are into all type of wickedness. Our people on drugs. You got a family member that's on dope. You know what I mean? Or you got a family member that's a goddamn homosexual. You got a family that's a lesbian, you know? Alright? Maybe raising up their child like that. You know what I'm saying? We got, Israel is fucked up, man. You know, they into all type of wickedness. And quite frankly, the Lord is getting tired of striking their ass, smiting their ass. Because the more he smite them, the more rebellious they get.
It's like you keep getting a whooping, you just keep on.
Yeah.
You get worse and worse and worse. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, eventually you just like, I just gotta put your ass to death.
I'm tired of this motherfucker.
I'm about to put your ass out. You just don't seem to get it. You know?
Put you in a headlock and you'll never see like it.
Man, make your eyes pop. Blood vessels in your eyes all blue.
I'm gonna pop on his head.
Yo, blood vessels there. Hey, when you start feeling them last breath, you might start repenting at that moment.
Please.
Okay, I'll stop.
I remember.
Please, I remember. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I won't do it again.
I won't do it. Just let me live, you know? Hey, sometimes your ass gotta experience death for you to get it. You know what I mean? Lord scared the shit out your ass, you know? Now you sorry, huh? But hey, you don't want you don't want to take the Lord to that point, man. Where he gotta scare the shit out you for you to get your mind right.
And that's why I always say it's better to get disciplined as a kid than a grown man.
Yeah.
Way better, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just sitting around. Little kids, they listen a little bit more. But see, when I was growing up, we used to get whoopings at school.
Yep.
So once they took all that out, man, a lot of stuff got even more corrupt out there, man. Don't whip my kid.
Yeah.
You better not touch him. It's like, well, shit. When he was getting touched as a kid, they had more respect, more morals, and understand.
Yep.
Right now, nobody has morals. The internet, man, it's IG and TikTok. It's crazy. That shit done took over, man. Everybody mind fucked up, man.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a precept for you real fast, just because we on that topic. Hold on, give me a second. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 8. It says, "There shall be confusion also in many places, and the fire shall be often sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and minstrous women shall bring forth monsters." You know?
Yep.
Minstrous women shall bring forth monsters. You know? And it don't make it any better that you got individuals that they use like Kodak Black to just be pill heads. You know what I'm saying? Alright, just to be bugged out of they fucking minds. And then you got children that don't get disciplined, they grow up to imitate that in real life. You know? Or you'll have a nigga looking like Spot 'em, got 'em. You know what I'm saying? These niggas just be out terrorizing the world. Monsters. Emotional. Alright? They'll Swiss cheese you. Twin. You know what I'm saying? Nigga talk about he'll Swiss cheese your ass. You know? He got the girly ass fanny pack with the blicky inside. You know? Them niggas is dangerous. Emotional as hell. Because what? They mother raised them. The black woman raised them. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, brother. Blessings to you, bro. Blessings to you, man.
Sure.
You know, but that's Esau set that up like that. You know what I'm saying? To have Jake bugged out of his fucking mind like that. You know what I mean? All right. So that way they can what? Be monsters in these streets. You know, their fathers in prison. You know what I mean? For whatever reason that took place at their household. You know, I could be over. In majority of the time, it's over the woman. You know, a lot of men get locked up over these women. You know what I'm saying? They still in prison to this day. You know, over a goddamn woman. That's out there sleeping with all type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? When you get locked up, that box is no longer yours. You know what I'm saying? That's terrible. You know? That's another reason why we gotta get the fuck out of here, because goddamn.
Yeah, she can't wait to be with another. She needs somebody, so she gonna go out. And most of them, like, it's only, I think it's very, very, very few of them that's loyal. That number is so damn small, it's ridiculous. It's like a needle in a haystack.
Hey, but you want to know why they like that? How does it go? It's in the book of Sirach. It tell you that men shall be the man. Let me see. It say men in marriage. It say men shall be the provider, something like that. But you supposed to see the thing about a woman. That's why you gotta constantly pound your woman out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give it that business, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you with a woman, you gotta stimulate her mind. You know, so you gotta break her back in. You know, when you're no longer breaking her back in, you know what I'm saying? You don't calm them demons down. That's when them demons start having her go do shit that's off. You know, all right, and that's what Paul said. If you got a woman, guess what? Guess what the duty of a man is to the woman, is that you got to have sex with her. You know, so if you're locked up, you no longer can do your duty as a husband.
So she gonna stray off.
So she gonna stray off. You know, all right, and Esau know that. You know what I'm saying? That's why he'll try to lock your ass up, keep you separated from the woman to destroy your house. So, you know, the woman just gonna veer off, do what the fuck she gonna do. And then if you got a child with her, your child becomes fucked up. Your child becomes corrupted, you know? But let me see if I can find it. What you got out? Yeah, keep reading on that.
Isaiah 1:6. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but the wombs and brushes and purifying souls, they have not been closed, neither bound up, neither modified with ointment. Your country is desolate. Your cities are burnt with fire. Your land, strangers devote it in your presence, and it is desolated as overthrown by strangers.
Yeah, keep going.
And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city.
Ah, man, I can't find it, man.
Expect the Lord of hosts has left unto us a very small remnant. We should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah.
Yep, we should be destroyed, man. I can't find it, brothers, but if a brother know that scripture, you know, it basically talk about like a man providing for the woman. You know what I'm saying? Just like they tell you what should a man do, protect, provide, and then you gotta also pound them out, man. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere in the Apocrypha. I just can't remember exactly where it's at. You know, but that's the duty of a man. When you got a woman, yeah, that's your job. You know what I'm saying? All right. So Esau know that. You know,
and like you said, and that's the thing that messes up a lot of these women. They with one guy, they with another guy, and another guy. So when you with them, they never really be satisfied. They say that all them different spirits, and she's thinking about Tyrone and maybe Jerome. It's all these different dudes and been in her.
Yeah.
Even though you having sex with her, you don't know what the hell she's thinking because she's been with another guy.
Yeah.
Being a doggy style, she might be thinking about a whole journey. You don't even know. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's why you gotta watch out for women that got a lot of experiences.
Oh,
You know,
man, for real.
if a woman know too much, you don't want a woman that know too much. You know, you don't want a woman taking you to spots, showing you places. You know, because she learned all that from the last dude she was with, or the last dude she was with. You know what I mean? So, if you gonna mess with a chick, mess with a chick that's inexperienced, that don't know shit. You know what I mean? And you teach her. That's what you're supposed to do as a man. You teach her. You show her what the ropes is, what it is. You know? You ain't gotta force shit down her throat. But you teach her, you show her. And you teach her why, you know? Alright? Why you do things the way you do things. You know what I'm saying? And if she with it, then let that communion stick. You know what I'm saying? But if she ain't with it, the scriptures teach you how to go about that too. You know? Hey, the scriptures say if a woman abated the courage, if she don't go as you would have her, you supposed to cut her ass off. You know what I'm saying? Cut her ass off. Or you want to be a wild bull in the net, you cut her motherfucking ass off. Go be a wild bull. Hit them streets. You know what I'm saying? Like they got that saying, she belong to the streets. See ya. Yeah. Yeah, you know? I
And
see.
don't come back.
And
Crawling
don't
back.
come back. Hit the road,
Yeah,
Jack.
you know what I'm saying?
You know? And don't come back.
You know they come back. Sometimes they come back.
Yeah.
And you know what? I was thinking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Bitch, you disappeared for 6-7 months.
What was you doing in 8 months?
Right.
She gonna come up with some bullshit ass lies.
I don't even want to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to know. What you want? I'm looking at your ass sideways. What you want? You know? You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of times that we in too. Hey, the Lord got us growing cold. We not them same type of dudes that was around 10, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We coming in a whole different kind of spirit. We cold, man. I don't defrost in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? I'm cold in a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for your ass. It ain't beneficial. Well, what we doing? You giving me hell? I don't want them problems. See your ass later. You know what I'm saying? Alright? That's just how it gotta be. Cause you don't want dead weight on your shoulders. Matter of fact, what you got, bro? Yeah, matter of fact, go to since we talking about it, just because we're talking about it, go to Sirach 25 and go to the last 3 verses. Go to the last 3 verses. You know? That's how you gotta be, man. Cause you're gonna have women that's gonna start trying to approach us now that times is getting hard. You know? They find out that the devil, you know what I'm saying, he's no longer on their side no more. Like Donald Trump said, he said DEI is dead. He said diverse, equity, inclusion is dead. You know what I'm saying? So now all them different benefits that women been getting over the years, Section 8, housing, you know what I'm saying, food stamps, you know, what else? Cash aid, you know, all that's getting ready to get cut.
I think I heard that he was gonna mess up the kids when they do the taxes.
Yep.
Where like pretty much if the kid is 8 years old, you're not gonna get no taxes for that kid. And I think if they're 7, you ain't gonna get no more EBT, something like that. I don't know if I'm trying to switch swap, but that's what I heard.
Shit, you used to be able to finesse the system and use somebody else's child to get taxes. But now they cut that shit off too. Where you gotta prove that child is yours, and then you gotta prove that you've been raising that child.
And these women,
so you gotta have receipts. You know what I'm saying? Esau cutting off all avenues, everything, when it comes down to how Jake been living and surviving here off the system. You know, which that's a sign of Esau saying, I don't need you no longer. You know what I mean? So you know as you know what women gonna do, they gonna go and look for help. You know, they gonna SOS. They got the you know, honey, and they gonna come with their tail tucked. Nah, man, cause it's like a you not sincere thing. You don't want me cause everything's up. You want me because your ass is down. You know what I'm saying? You just want me to be the next sucker to carry your ass along. And a lot of men ain't going for that.
You want me to be the nice guy?
Yeah. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Sirach 25, 24. Okay, so 25, 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin,
Yep.
and through her we all died.
Yeah, see? And that's them back from what? The garden. You know what I'm saying? Thou shalt surely not die. You know? Just go ahead and taste of this fruit. You know? It's going to enlighten your eyes. You're going to be able to live, girl. You ain't going to die. Alright? And she brought that shit to Adam. You know what I'm saying? She got tainted. She got game. She got seduced. You know? Esau was all up in her ear. You know, it wasn't Esau back then, but the spirit of Esau was back then as that snake. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just a man. You know? Just deceptively sweet talking her ear, and her ass fell in love with that wicked shit. You know? And she thought that everything was up. You know, you got this so-called black woman that still to this day think everything is up. Like they just could go and continue to keep winning.
I'm the prize. I'm the prize.
Yeah.
Say, how you the prize? And one thing, you're not a virgin. Yeah. Then you might got a kid. So how the hell you the prize? It's because you got a good kid?
Your thighs is rotting out.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they call that? They got a fupa.
What the hell was that?
You know, they stomach hang down low to their kneecaps.
Oh, I thought it was called
Fupa.
I heard it was apron belly. I heard of that shit. Apron
That's
belly.
another term. You know,
That's crazy. You know, your shit like, yeah, that's crazy.
they gotta tuck that shit in their pants. Some weak ass Jake is holding that shit up, still hitting that shit.
Cause you know some dudes love that.
Oh, if he down there first, cause that nigga nasty. You know?
That smell, that's probably a wicked smell.
Yeah, Jake lower their vibrations. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, you got women that are just overly proud, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, not of them or proud.
Yeah,
Tuck bellies.
that's what I'm saying. You got a lot of women that are just overly proud, you know, and see the Lord is now bringing that pride of women down. You know what I'm saying? All right, but go ahead, bro.
Sirach 25:25. Give the water no passage.
Yeah, get a water, no passage, man. You know, cause see that there's supposed to be order amongst women, even when you got a daughter. You know, you got to be on your daughter harder than a young male. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta show her when she grow up, she's supposed to be stern on her on the decision that she makes. Because when it comes down to her being with a man, that's your final stop. You know, until that man dies. You know, then you're free to remarry.
So she gotta make chose the right man.
Exactly.
Open her legs up. You can't do that.
Nah. You know?
Brothers.
What's going on, bro?
Are you guys Israelites or?
Yeah, we're the Israelites.
Oh man, that's great, man. I'm from Palestine. I love you guys, man. I hope you guys get that shit back.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, bro. You hope we get Palestine back?
Man,
Hey.
I mean, you guys was there before him, you know, like.
Okay, hey, you mind if I put you on camera?
No,
Hey,
no,
say that
now
again.
they'll deport
Oh,
you. Don't do that.
oh, my bad.
Okay.
I can put, but that's real to what you're saying though.
All right, brother, man.
Hey, for sure. You might be a Jake though. You might not even be. You might be an Israelite yourself though. To be real
I
with
got
you.
a little bit of that blood in me. I did from my grandfather.
Like a DNA test.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, we got some of them European slaves in us still.
Okay.
Yeah, we went into like the Caucasus and we got some of them women back in the day.
Okay. Come. Yeah. Hey, all right, bro. Have a blessed one, bro. Hey, he might be a Jake though, cause
His features.
but nah, just because what he said. You know, he said that I hope that y'all get the land back, because that's a real statement. You know.
But I like how you said that. What's that? What's the white people Caucasus?
Yeah, but let's focus on point. Like the fact that he said we might get our land back, and that's part of prophecy that even if he is a Palestinian, right? Because we know that the Assyrians implanted the people of Assyria in that land. All right, so they're not the people of the land, right? You go into I want to say the book of either Chronicles or Kings. It's probably Kings though. It goes into that history. You know what I'm saying? But Paul spoke about it in the book of Romans. He said the creatures are waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God to appear. So when he came up and said, "Are you the Israelites?" That's like him looking at the sons of God appearing in form, because he in their spirit they know that these Edomites are jacking the earth up, you know. So when we come back into power, yeah, starting with our Lord Yahweh Shai, the earth is going to be what put back into order, you know. That's why that was spiritually said, you know, because that see what Deacon Akai and Brother Hassad was going into, you know. Hey, when the elect get beamed up into those ships and that ceremony takes place, you know, the crowning and being with Yahweh Shai, that's going to take time, you know, and it's going to take time to come down and then to gather the rest of the heathens that are still on earth, that where it hasn't been touched by thermonuclear missiles, you know, and to clean up the destruction, the debris, the filth, you know, make the ass work, and then to put everything in order. So for that first 1,000 years of Israel coming down back into the earth, everything is going to be being restored. So that's going to take time. The earth got to get cleaned up. You know what I'm saying? Right now the earth is defiled, okay, and everything proves it to be so. You know, for a couple examples, the aquamarine life, they're beaching themselves. They're just jumping straight out the water. You know what I'm saying? You got dolphins, whales that are just bellying up, dying because of how polluted the water is, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you got Esau tripping because of 200-something million bees just got released. Them bees need to be released into the world so that way the plants can multiply. You need pollinators. You know what I'm saying? You got bees that carry the pollens up on their legs and they go to plant, and it helps them produce. Bees have a specific function, you know. All right, but with Esau in the earth, he takes something away and it affects the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, like they show you in biology, you got the circle of life. You know, this animal might eat this animal might eat this animal, but it goes full circle. You know, at the end, this animal might poop out this. You know how it go. You know what I mean? Everything works in unison, man. All right. So once Esau stops subtracting from the creation can come back and flourish. You know what I'm saying? So that was you know, deadly spiritual right there. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Lord's willing, we those men, bro. Lord's willing, man. You know what I'm saying? Lord's willing. All right, Lord's willing, bro. Cause man, you know, like we was talking about, man, we all tired of this shit that we got to deal with. You know, to hell with them fucking women, man. That's how I be on, man. Fuck them. You know, hey, our people will be willing in the day of thy power, man. We gotta grab that one too. But go ahead, bro. We gonna grab that one too, because see, a lot of these women, they only respect who got the power. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you rich and you famous, they know you got money, they gonna mess with you because you, in a sense, you got a source of power. You know? Which a lot of these rich niggas nowadays that call themselves rich, they're weirdos. This nigga D-Lo, boss man D-Lo, this nigga not once getting caught up talking to a trans nigga, but twice. You know what I'm saying? These niggas be having money, but be messing with the same sex. You know, they don't even mess with the females no more. So this shit got a major reset. Gotta come, man. You know what I'm saying? I be hearing these celebrity stories and hearing what the hell be going on. I be like, God damn, that's what you want to do with your money? You know? At least if you're gonna be wicked, nigga, damn, go overseas and live life out of Babylon and live it up, nigga, until this place get destroyed. You know? Your ass gonna be wicked. Niggas just become full-blown Satanists, stay here in the filth, become bugged out, scarred in their mind for the rest of their life, and and just be cool with it. You know? Go ahead though, bro.
So at 25, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
You know? So you're supposed to be on these women more tough. Shalom, brother. Shalom, brother. Oh, no much, brother. You on the grind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, gotta pay the bill.
There you go. Keep getting your shekels, brother. Yeah, you know, so you got to be on these women, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that that's the thing that they'll tell you. You know that the reason why they don't want to really be in a relationship and they give you a hard time is because they say, "Oh, I'm being oppressed." You know, what you think, you my daddy? You know what I'm saying? You're not my boss, you know? But they ass will go to work and they'll listen to everything they boss tell you. That's a man. They'll talk to him with that sweet little sexy voice when they first met you that they put on. Every day they talk to him like that. But when they talk back to you, she talking in her regular ass resting bitch face voice. You know what I'm saying? Because she ain't got no respect towards you. You know? But a man is supposed to be in that dominant masculine vibration. You know? No is no. If I don't want your ass going to hang out with your so-called girlfriends, your friends, you know, that's no. It is. It shouldn't be no argument there. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want you putting on that provocative ass outfit, that's showing.
Make a U-turn, go change your
Go
clothes.
change your clothes. Go put on something modest. But then you get shamed for you standing up being a man. Oh, that's toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck is it toxic when I'm supposed to be masculine by nature?
She gonna say, "Oh, well, I can't do it. My homegirl can do it." But hey, that's them.
Yeah,
Listen to me.
yeah.
That's why they ass don't got no man right now, having a hard time.
Exactly. And you see it in all them black movies. That's why her ass ain't got no motherfucking man. You know? This is the first thing that come out their mouth. You see the so-called black man arguing with the goddamn black woman. You know? Alright? That's how that shit go. They make movies about it, man. Because that's the shit that Jake gotta deal with here. You know, that's what I'm saying. See, brothers, don't worry about these fucking women, man. You know? Because when the time comes, hey, as long as we stand firm, we believe in the Lord gonna give us that power. He gonna give us that strength. You know? Where you gonna have to just push women off you, man. Bitch, I don't even want you. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be them choosing you. You know what I mean? That's how it is nowadays. Like, in order for a woman to mess with you, she gotta choose you.
Yeah,
You know?
that's how it is.
She gotta choose you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it ain't gonna be like that. You gonna be choosing which one you want. I want you, baby. You come with me. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I want you too.
No words, no argument. She just get over there and cry
Yeah.
to you. That's it.
And she ain't gonna be like, nah, fuck that bitch. You know? That's my man. You ain't gonna hear none of that in that time. You know what I mean? That's my man. What you say about my man? You was talking to him? I don't like that. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna be no cat fights and shit. You know? It's gonna be Isaiah 4:1. 7 women shall take hold of one man. You know? Alright? And they're gonna say, let us be called by thy name. But go ahead, bro.
Sirach 25:26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh,
Yeah.
and give her a bill of divorce and let her go.
See, cut her off. You see, a woman don't want to go as you would have her. Don't stress yourself out about keeping her. You know what I'm saying? I just focus on you. Let her go. You know, that's her loss, lost cause, whatever. You know, you lose. You know what I'm saying? And they gonna find out too. You know what I'm saying? All right, that they was never the prize. You know what I'm saying? We're the prize. Especially if we be those men, we the prize, baby. You know, we gonna be out here shining like gold. It ain't gonna be none of these weak ass men out here. The scriptures say that mighty men are gonna be as women in that day, man. You know, they gonna be weak as hell. We the only one that's gonna be firm. We the only one that's gonna be calm, cool, and collected. Like, yeah, that's what the Lord told us was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be out here fretting and tripping over our shoelaces, thinking that, you know what I'm saying, everything ain't gonna work in our favors. You know, that's for the world to stress out about, man. You know, we're gonna be like, hey, this is what it is. You know, we're gonna be praying to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? All right, and the Lord gonna be just like we read. The Lord's gonna be what? A guide for us. You know what I'm saying? That time. So if the Lord guiding you, guess what? Since you stuck around, you're gonna be guided too. That's how it works. You know? But since you left, you no longer have access to them benefits. You know? You've been cut off. You've been denied. You know what I'm saying? You've been rejected. You know? And that's what a lot of women gonna feel. They gonna feel the slow burns. That shit gonna hurt. Yeah, that shit gonna hurt. You know, they starting to low key feel it now. Men don't want to deal with their ass. You know what I mean? Men don't want to deal with them. You got channels dedicated on shit like that. Why men don't want to deal with women no more? You know? Yeah, tired of your shit. But let's go. What is that? Psalms 110 and 3. Psalms 110 and 3. Let's go there, Baba Kishar, brother. All right. Because the scriptures say, and in the day of thy power, that thy people shall be willing, and we gonna need power, man. You know, not just to have a woman. You know, that just will come with it. You know what I'm saying? When you got the power, but we gonna need power to take care of ourselves against what Esau getting ready to release out here. You know, he's moving seriously with this AI and robots and things of that nature, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they upgrading the police, they upgrading the military. You know, it's gonna be totally different out here. You watch that movie like Section 8, that shit. You know, it's gonna be machine versus the elect. You know,
It's an old movie, right?
yeah, it's like an old new movie, maybe probably within the last 10 years or so, if I'm not mistaken. I think they got two of
I
them.
think I've seen it.
Yeah, they got two of them. I think they got 1 and 2, or Code 8. It might be Code 8. I might be just saying it wrong. It might be Code 8. Forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. But it's basically like you got the robots that are oppressing those that got spiritual powers. See, in the movie, it show you that the robots are kind of superior. But see, in the scriptures, we gonna be superior. You know, because the Lord said, "What I shall lift up a standard." You know what I'm saying? And in the time of the flood, man, Esau's gonna be that flood. Esau gonna come down upon the inhabitants of everybody. You know. Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 110 and 3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning, thou hast the dew of the youth.
Yep, see? Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. You know what I'm saying? All right? And we're not saying that every brother gonna get spiritual powers. You know what I'm saying? All right, but you're gonna have brothers that's gonna have that power, man. You know? I ain't sure if a brother had that power, Baba Kushal, come save me. You know? Alright, come save me. Shoot, that's still part of the deliverance too. Being rescued, man. You know what I mean? I'll be happy. Water, bro. You know what I mean? Good man, the water, brother. You know? Shoot. So thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. You know, that's how it's going to be. People respect you when you got the power. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we lowly. We worms. You know? We feeble. We're easily able to be subdued. You know what I'm saying? But that will change, though. You know? All right? Because, see, the reason why the Most High is allowing Esau to even have this type of understanding to create all these things, and so that it could be the greatest, you know what I'm saying, part of the movie, you know, where the Most High flexes his power. You know, I gave you that, but I'm gonna show you what's even stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about Esau's technology, Esau does have technology that's like, damn, this shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? Esau got lasers. You know what I'm saying? He got shit where he could fry you. You know, you won't even see it, but he be electromagnetic or frequency frying your ass. He got weapons like that. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so it's gonna be like his fighter jets. Go to Daniel 12 and 7, I want to say. Daniel 12 and 7. Michael and his angel shall fight against the dragon and his angels. You know? When we see Yahushua coming, the angels, Michael the archangel with him, you know, they had World War III, everybody fighting. Hey, Esau got fighter jets, right? That are fast. Like the one that I seen that a man could pilot. You could look it up for yourself. A man pilot a fighter jet that goes 3.3 Mach speed. You know what I'm saying? So I think they could travel like 765 miles a second, or maybe in a couple seconds. You know? So Mach 1 is like the speed of sound. You know what I mean? So them things is fast. So a man could pilot 3.3. You know? So even these missiles that you know, Trump was talking about, that he want to protect America from. That's why he's setting up the gold. That's why he want to set up the Golden Dome. You know, the Golden Dome is supposed to be like an alert system in the heavens. It's like satellites. You know, these satellites can detect if a hypersonic fob is being used, a hypersonic glide system is being used, or there's another one, okay, where they can shoot it down. You know, it's a missile defense system. All right, or they can attack other satellites that are orbiting around into the in the heavens. That's why a lot of these other countries like Russia, China, you know what I'm saying, they speaking up against Donald Trump, want to put this type of technology in the heavens. You know, which me personally, I think it's big, it's deeper than that. It's, you know, and I speak as a man. I think that Esau trying to set that up to what? Be prepared for Yahweh Shai to come. You know, that's why they want to spend these billions of dollars to increase the Space Force, so to speak. You know, it's not just for protecting themselves against Russia and China, but against the Lord himself. Go ahead, bro.
Daniel 12:7.
No, Revelation.
Oh, Revelation.
If I said Daniel Slackett, Revelation 12:7. Trying to grab that Michael and his angels shall fight against the dragon and his angels.
Okay, Revelation 12:7.
Yep.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him.
Yeah, see, you'll have Christians, right? They'll say, see, Satan rebelled against the Most High. You know, he decided to take a large portion of the angels, and they fell down to the earth. You know, that's not accurate. You know what I'm saying? That dragon is talking about Esau. You know what I mean? All right, because see, the dragon, all right, he was a snake at first, and then he then got built up to the point where he decided to take over the world. You know, he tried to do it as the Romans. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was going around subduing other nations and forcing them into the military. You know, you had a lot of mixture of Roman military personnel that was of different nations. You know what I'm saying? All right, and they had to sign those peace treaties, or else their nation would be fully conquered. So they end up becoming what? Vassal states unto the Roman Empire. So Esau was taking over the known world in that province at that time, man. So now we in a time where what? Esau came back. You know what I'm saying? And then the Lord gave him this extensive understanding of knowledge, you know, to where he can actually create a body for a demon to inhabit it. Because what is artificial intelligence? What's artificial intelligence?
Is it like AI?
That's AI, but what's in the deeper sense of it?
It's like machines.
It's machines. But go to the etymology online and look up the word demon. Because when you look up the word demon, it goes back into what? Intelligence. You know what I'm saying? That's why you'll hear Elon Musk say, they're invoking the demons. You know what I'm saying? All right. And now they're giving them robotic bodies to inhabit. You know, so AI is nothing more than just a demon. You know? All right, Esau's on the left-hand side. Yep. Yep. You can demon. Yeah, it's somewhere in there. I can't see it, but it's somewhere in there. It's somewhere in there. Go ahead and read it, bro.
Demon now. 1200. Evil spirit.
Oh, malignant.
Malignant. Supernatural being. An incubus. A devil. From Latin. Demon. Spirit. From Greek. Demon. Event. Power. Lesser God. Guiding spirit. Tutorial. Tutorly. It says sometimes include souls of the dead.
So those are like, so it's mentioning demons like actual spirits. Go keep going on.
One genuous lot or fortune from pi, P-I-E, diamond divider, provider,
Yep.
or fortress of distance from root da, divide, the magnetic sense.
Oh yeah, so there it is. So scroll down a little bit. Wait. I just see. Hold on. Let's see. Magnets, sense, there it is. Read right there. The usual ancient Greek sense. Read right there.
The usual ancient Greek sense, supernatural agent of or intelligence lower than a god.
You heard it? Read it again.
The usual ancient Greek sense, supernatural agent or intelligent
Supernatural, ancient,
Lower-
or intelligent.
lower than a god.
Lower than a god.
Lowercase g.
You see? So the word demon goes back into intelligence. You know what I'm saying? So AI is them tapping into the demons to what? Put them into bodies, man. You know, they want AI to rule over you. You know? Alright, so Esau is tapping into that left-hand side, you know? Alright? Which we know that the Most High controls both left and the right side, you know? But that's all part of what the Most High's movement. It's a major war, it's a major conflict. Because at the end of the day, who gets the praise? The praise goes back to Yahweh by Shema Shai, not us. You know? Alright? We just vessels, we just part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? Like that wicked ass nigga Drake said, God's plan. It's all part of God's plan. You know, it's all part of his movement. You know? Alright, so it's gonna be a great war. That's why Esau's able to be increased in his knowledge, man. Where they call it the fourth industrial revolution. They're able to tap in to this type of science, you know, all right, and build these things in order for them spirits to inhabit, you know, all right, and then Esau just constantly feeding AI with all type of information, you know, to govern and rule over you. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of brothers is actually using it against Esau, you know. Hey, we using that software, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, you know, different other platforms that they got, in order to see what AI writes down, and a lot of that information that AI is being fed with is a lot of information that's coming out for the downfall of you Edomites. You know what I'm saying? All right. So everything works in our favor, you know. All right, everything works in our favor because why? What we saying is of the Lord, man. You know what I mean? Everything that we saying is gonna happen because why? Yahweh by Shema Shai have sanctioned these things to be so. You know? But where was we at?
Revelation 12.
Yep.
Revelation 12. I'll read it 9. Revelation 12:9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world.
Yeah, which deceived the whole world, you know? All right, and the world right now is deceived. You got Elamites that, like I said, are doing the same thing. Hey, it's getting ready to be June. Hey, no microchip. Okay, it's June. You know, but you got Elamites that celebrate Pride Month. You know, all right, you got Elamites that dress up, drag, and all that, and they celebrate Pride Month. That's their month. They were deceived. You know what I'm saying? Esau then did a number on other nations as well. Okay. So, which I don't like that month Pride anyways. I don't like that month June anyways. You know, because when you think about it, it's a slap to our faces. You got Juneteenth up in there, which is the so-called day that Jake got so-called released from slavery. You know, we got freed. I'm the freeze man now. You know, all right, which we ain't free till Yahweh Shai delivers. And then you got Father's Day up in there. You know, why they put Father's Day up in the day of June? I mean, the month of June. You know, if you think about it, that show you that they put the man down here. You know, that's done on purpose. Our month, even though we don't celebrate it, but let's say if we had a so-called Father's Day, why the hell would it be in the same month as the goddamn the Bati people, man?
Then it come after Mother's Day.
And it comes after Mother's Day. You know, they got you in that Jaheen spirit. You gotta put that woman first. You know what I'm saying? You know. Hey, a lot of them songs is simple ass songs, man. You know, everybody was jamming to that T-Pain. I'm sprung. She got me doing the dishes. Anything she want for some kisses.
I think old girl was a stripper. Was she not a stripper? That girl?
Oh, hey, she probably was. Jake could settle for that, you know. But that, you know, them type of songs is to put the woman up, put the man down, and the song be sounding so good, you be singing that shit until you start realizing what the fuck you saying. What the nigga just saying?
But that was making like soft dudes end up like being in love with strippers. It's
Yeah.
like, you're not supposed to be in love with them damn strippers.
Yeah, use a hard dude. You know? Yeah. You got hypnotized. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Esau know how to play on your psyche real good here. You know, he used Jake that got talent to do it. You know what I mean? A lot of them songs, man. But where was we at?
Revelation 12:9.
He said, deceive the world.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of Yahweh Shai, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which...
Yeah, and see, salvation is coming. That's the type of times that we are in, bros. Salvation, you know, deliverance. It's going to be destruction, but the Lord going to keep us secure in that time. You know what I'm saying? All right. Matter of fact, go to Revelations 3 and 10. Revelations 3 and 10. You know? All right. Because it say the accused of our brothers. Hey, you got right now a major division amongst so-called whites and black people, man. You know what I'm saying? You got white people that is speaking up about the black fatigue. And I'm gonna be real with you. We tired of niggas too. I'm fatigued on nigga shit. You know? Tired of niggas doing nigga shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Alright? Jake gotta fucking go. Niggas just keep getting more ignorant and just still talking shit like fat meat ain't greasy. You know? And first and foremost, the Lord is getting tired of these niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? All that nigga shit getting ready to stop. You know? And that's why it's gonna be a great slaughtering, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these Edomites, they tired of you Jakes. And the Lord gonna allow these Edomites to have their way with your ass. You know? A lot of these Edomites is preparing for them purge like activity for the day that they can relieve themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's all they think about is blowing your ass away. You know? And they can't wait till they get the green light to do it. The Lord is gonna put the spirit on them to kill niggas. You know? Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna put the spirit on Esau to kill niggas. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't believe me, read Ezekiel the 21st chapter. The sword is being furbished and sharpened. Hey, Esau is the sword of the Most High. That's why we praying like King David did. Hide me from the wicked, which is thy sword. You know what I'm saying? All right, hide us. We don't want to die to death of a 2/3 or get mowed down by these Edomites. You know what I'm saying? All right? They gonna have a field day with these niggas. It's gonna be a bloodbath out here. You know what I'm saying? All right? And niggas can't shoot. You know? It's rare when a nigga go train to actually be proficient in that area. You know? For the most part, niggas just want to have that image. You know what I'm saying? They got the steel on them, but they don't ever practice with it. It's all for looks. It's all to boast and brag about. But one of these days, these niggas gonna have to use their Glocks, them guns that they got on them. They gonna have to use them shits. And majority Jakes don't know how to use shit. They ain't never cleaned one. You know what I'm saying? Alright? They ain't got no bullets. Esau got all that shit stored up. This nigga got bullets. He got caches of shit. You know? This nigga Esau got emergency kits. You know what I'm saying? Esau be prepared. You know? Esau stay prepared like for shit like that. Cause they know that. See, the one thing about a nigga don't prepare for shit until shit happens. Nigga wait till the last moment and be like, it's the end of the world. And then try to go find some shit. You know? Esau already been preparing because they see Esau watches. Esau look at what's going on in the economy, even though he lives his life, but they're still preparing like, oh well, eventually it's gonna crash. So they go store shit up. You know? They go put extra cans to the side and shit like that, extra water to the side and stuff like that. Jake don't do shit like that, you know? Jake is just lazy and just dumb. You know what I'm saying? So Jake is gonna have to be outside looking for shit. You know? It's gonna be terrible out here. Go ahead, bro.
Revelation 3:10. Because thou have kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
You see, look, since we kept the words of Yahweh by Shema Shai, man, you know, we didn't falter, we didn't waver, you know. All right, we didn't just stop. You know, you gotta get into this thing, man. You know, if you stop, you better repent, man. And pray to Yahweh Shema Shai for the mercy, and stick with it. You know, because we ain't no times that any day things is going to shift. If you watch that movie Red Dawn, they got two of them. They got one where the Soviet Union invades America, and then the latest one is where the dragon invades America, which is the Chinese. You know, but either one is good. But I'm referring to the second one. The main character, he was just sleep on the couch, and then boom, he heard what happened. Like he heard I think it was a bomb that went off, and it shook up the Empire State Building. I think it was in the globe. You know what I'm saying? It was a major crisis, an attack that took place. You know, but he got woken up to the crisis, and it just happened that fast. You know, people gonna wake up to scenarios like that. You know, so be prepared. You know what I'm saying? Be prepared when the system change. Be prepared. You know, the Lord give you time to prepare too. It's happening gradually. We ain't even. You had years and decades to get yourself right. That's mercy from Yahweh Shema Shai. Years and decades. You know, Paul's been talking about the mark of the beast since what? 40 years? 40 years? 40? 40 years. If you watch what's his name? Bubba Dub. He said 40 years. I'll tell him when you quit. Gave that nigga 40 years. Yeah, he said, hell yeah, I want to go collect that money. Hey, Jake ain't shit, man, but he funny though. Bubba Dub is funny as hell. He funny as hell though. 40 years. But yeah, you know. So you think you done had 4 decades, you know? And then now it's just at the point where it's evident. It's here. You know? Alright? And what the apostles been doing, did not the scriptures say that you supposed to mark the perfect man? For the end of that man is the way of peace. You know? You got to put the scopeo on the right man, because see, the Lord is doing a separation too. He's showing you the faulty men, niggas that you don't want to listen to, niggas that you don't want to follow. You know, because they're wolves in sheep clothing, false prophets. You know what I'm saying? Going off concerning the scriptures, man. You know? All right? Jake then became a full YouTube celebrity. Jake renounced his position and became a full TikTok influencer. And you still got cats calling themselves the mighty Shikari. You know? That should tell you something. When your leader step down like that, that should tell you something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Alright? That should tell you something is wrong. You know? Man, my leader just got exposed like that. And the nigga just stepped back like that. He's gonna step down? The mighty great gorilla? You know? I don't think I should be a part of this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I think the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, I think they got the truth, man. This ain't adding up. But you got to be in a spiritual mind to see that, you know. But it show you that a lot of individuals that come into Israel, they ain't really about being for the Lord, man. You know, it's more of a hangout. It's more of a, yeah, I got a group of members with me. We just wearing our tassels and, you know what I'm saying? We just go do what we do, drink beers and, you know what I'm saying? Shalom it up to it. And we see each other again the next week and we just out there, you know? But they ain't really in this thing, you know? It became a community. When did the Lord set up a community, man? A community of Israelites. What the hell is that? That's demonic. A community. You know? We ain't no goddamn community. We a company of prophets. Teaching of the end times. Being serious, man. You know? Jake ain't fucking serious until shit gets serious. And that's when they want to try to straighten their backs up. Oh shit, this shit is real. It's been real, bro. Where the hell was your ass at, man? You know? So I'm saying, hey, like we start off with, give diligence to make your call and election sure. You know? If you do these things, ye shall never fail, man. Alright? The game plan is just over. It's time to take this serious. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Yeah, it should come upon all the earth to try them, you know? You're going to be found out at that moment. What was you really about? What was your stance when it came down to your how about Shema Shai? Did you really believe? You know? That's why we say all the time, man. It ain't like the Lord don't know your heart. He know where your heart is at. You know what I'm saying? The Lord created you, man. You know? You can't finesse the Lord. Matter of fact, I seen a video, not a video, a picture that a brother posted, and it was a baby. Like, you know, you get the your woman goes get the picture of her baby in the womb, and it was a hand that was touching his head. You know, of the ultrasound. Yep, that was like the hand of the Most High touching. You know, which will show you that before I knew you, I formed you in the belly. You know what I'm saying? Most High touched you. He blessed you. You know? He knew you from the womb, so he created you. He knew you was going to serve him. You know what I'm saying? You think the Most High would have made a bet on Job if he knew that Job was going to fall? Was going to give in to Satan? He wouldn't have made that bet. You know? Alright?
Any bet he make, he gonna win it.
He gonna win it. You know what I'm saying? Most High ain't losing.
He go to Vegas, he get all the money.
Man, man, shut Vegas down.
Oh, you know, the Indians be like, shit, man.
Yeah.
We gotta close the casino.
Hey, cause there's a dude that he's actually banned from in those casinos. You can look up the guy who's banned from Vegas casinos for winning. He go in there and just he's so
Clean
good.
House, clean house. That's what he doing. What up in
Yeah, he clean. I'm talking about. They say, oh, you want your money? He say, nah. They gotta give it to him another way because he don't want to get robbed. But he wanted like millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? That's just how good he is. Yeah, he talk about it too. I think he had one on Vlad TV.
The man that can't gamble no more in Vegas.
He just can't. He's banned from it. But if they like call on him to come and be like a star or a host, he could go gamble. But he's probably got restrictions and shit. But he can't.
He said that because he got another.
Yeah. He said so. That's what they do. They pay him to go be like a host or like a part of like whatever they got going on. So they pay him for that. So he don't really gamble like the way if he was just coming in as a regular civilian and then he was just playing just to play, he can't do that.
The Lord gave that to him to have that ability.
Yeah, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Imagine I'm pretty sure he worldly.
Yeah,
you're a worldly guy. It's like you drinking up, going to the casino, going to strip clubs and messing with prostitutes. You're like, I could just go to Vegas and bing, 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 and just reset, do everything. Oh, that's crazy.
Easy work. Hit him hard too.
That's crazy.
Hit him hard.
That's crazy.
You know? And yeah, he got like a bunch of tattoos. Look like an Edomite dude. You know? But you never know. He might be a Jake though. Jake that just gifted. You know what I mean? Got people that's like that. The Lord said it. You know? It's nothing to make a poor man rich. You know? Lord can open your mind to anything, man. So I'm saying, what we got to feel? All right, goddamn thing. You know? We winning. You know what I mean? Shit. But go ahead, bro.
Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou have, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah, see? Hey, hold. Wait, I'm sorry. Read that part again, bro.
Revelation 3:11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown.
Yeah, brother. That's a real statement. That go for all of us, man. I go for myself. You know what I mean? I go for this, brother. Hey, Yahweh Shai is coming quickly. You know? All right, we ain't got time to slack off. You know what I mean? We ain't got time to be settled upon our leaves. You know? All right? Hey, be serious, man. You know, any day now, and don't let yourself take your crown from you. Don't let no distraction in the world, a woman, anything, your job take nothing from you, man. You know, all right. And these times, man, you gotta have that. You gotta have that fall of faith on you. You know, you gotta have that spirit on you. You know what I'm saying? People do that faith fall. They fall backwards. You know, expecting somebody to catch them. You know, expect the Lord to catch you. You know. All right.
It's like a woman in labor in the 9th month, any day now. You don't know when she gonna have any day.
That water just going. My water bus.
You might take her to a steakhouse, like, oh yeah, baby. Next thing you know, like, oh, the seat wet, like, oh, she gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah, you know. There it is. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. So you know your Howard Shy is on this way, man. You know. All right, just keep holding on though, cause this shit getting ready to stop real soon, man. This shit gonna stop, and Lord gonna put an end to this shit, man. This shit. Yeah, you know, it's spooky, scary, and it's nasty out here.
And that is spooky and scary.
That nigga, hey, the scripture said, go not in the way with a bold fellow. that motherfucker try to man on your ass with a wig on and shit, and violate you. You know what I mean? Motherfucker like that gotta get put down, you know? But goddamn, but we out of here though. So, hey, Lord's willing, this camp was edifying to the Lord's elect, like it, but we out of here, man, you know? So we gonna get out of it by giving all praise to our powers. Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, and Kakadash, Brakateh Yahweh, Brakateh Yahushai, Brakateh Yahweh, and Brakateh Yahushai. Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Y'all brothers stay up. And you know